Good afternoon, everyone. It is Thankful Thursday. I am so thankful to be here. We're rocking and rolling. Come join me. We got some special guests on today. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am here myself in Indiana, fixing up a home as my wife, the glam lord, as we're doing stuff. And I just had to bring on some experts in the space, a couple friends of mine. You want to reach out and to learn the lessons. Patrick Henry, good to see you. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, everybody. We are here, and I'm looking for two of our friends. I see they're here right now. Jamil, and is Pace here as well? I'm looking to see where we're at. We'll bring on Jamil and both together. You guys are best friends, so maybe there. I don't know if you guys have caught the triple digit flip on A&E. What's going on?
How you doing, handsome?
I'm doing well, Mr. Handsome. You look like my brother. You're so handsome.
David, it's interesting. I watched a video of you about a year and a half ago, and I said I will meet that man one day.
Here we are.
Here we are. You are an inspiring guy, man. I'll tell you, I love everything you talk about, what you stand for, the things that you share with people. I wholeheartedly believe in so many of the concepts, and I'm a big energy person myself. I've transformed my life from a real unconscious place to a place where I'm living in it moment by moment, and I'm happy. And I just wanted to thank you before we even got started on anything else about home renovations or real estate. None of that even matters if it's not working in here and if it's not working in here. And I just really wanted to thank you for the work you do with people, because it means a lot.
It's so funny because, you can't find outside of us what we can't find inside. And real estate is so interesting because the best people in your business, the Ryan Serhants, you, Pace, the guys that are just killing it, had to find their piece, because anybody can do the outside stuff, right? There's plenty of properties to buy, knowing your time and risk tolerance, understanding, the margins that are created by flipping homes or, renting homes or whatever your strategy is according to that. But more importantly, what work have you done internally, this energetic work, that has most affected your own positive manifestations, that positive perspective now that gives you, you're launching a TV show in less than a week, brother, and it's on A&E, triple digit flip, and you guys have a course as well, flipping course. Is Pace going to join us, or is it just you today?
Yeah, he should be. Emily, if you could reach out to Pace and see if he might have gotten tied up. We're not in the same space right now, so
I figured. Well, cool. But what mindset work did you do that has allowed you to, have your own TV show and do so well outside of the TV show?
So, David, I want to just paint a picture for you. 6 years ago, I would wake up hungover every day. I had an addiction to pain medications because I had been in a car accident years before where I broke my neck. And I was just in a real terrible place. Now, when it came to finances and my business, it was okay. I was making enough money to not have to really, count my pennies. And I had drove a decent car. I owned a house. But I was miserable. I was a miserable, unhappy person. And it all started when I picked up a book by Jen Sincero. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah.
She wrote "You Are a Badass," and 6 years ago I picked this book up, and she had mentioned meditation, and so I thought, you know what, everything sucks right now. What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose by abandoning, my resistance to just getting quiet? And as I mentioned, I started with a hangover, and a few months went by, and it was just 2 minutes, 5 minutes. You know, I downloaded Headspace, and I worked through that first, and that was incredible. And, you know, 5 minutes became 15 minutes, became 30 minutes, became a daily practice where, you know, if I don't now meditate daily for at least a half an hour, I'm completely just not aligned. I feel off. I feel like I'm just not in my body the right way. And I'm looking at the progressions, right, of what happened in the time. The drinking fell off. The pain fell off. I'm still in pain. You know, I'm physically, I'm not, my bones didn't heal, you know, in a magical way, but my interpretation of the pain is a lot different, and I can tolerate it, and I can get through the day without needing, you know, to go much heavier than an Advil here and there, you know.
I have to get you on my Tao healing session where I can have you trace healing calligraphies that actually will clear that interference. See, any type of pain is a dis-ease, right? We should always, etc. So I love to help people, even like you, just identify what's that interference. I am healthy, I am happy, wealthy, and worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? Am I drinking too much? You know, is there some ego-based consciousness that, or some childhood trauma or energetic or genetic trauma that's been passed down to me? All of these things I can see the transformation in you. And the best is the results that we get, right? You're happy. All these opportunities are coming forward to you on the media, off the media, and here you are. How and what role did Pace play in that? I know you guys are really good friends. Was he an enabler, or has he been able to be a catalyst to help you?
You know, interesting enough, Pace really didn't come into my life until I could meet him in his place. You know, the facts are is Pace has never drank before, right? We didn't have the same hang-ups or issues. In fact, I had probably been practicing you know, meditation for a couple of years. My business had started to explode. I own and operate and co-founded a company called Keegley. We're the largest wholesale operation in the country. We're franchised in 90 markets across the US. And that's been an incredible thing. It's what a ride and a journey that we've been on. And Pace actually reached out to me when he was going through a tough financial time and wanted to get into wholesale. And so he sent me a DM, you know, a few years ago, and our friendship, it just blossomed as two competitors. You know, David, you talk so much about mindset and arranging your mindset like you would the furniture in a room. And I can clearly remember moments when Pace and I would be in a competitive situation where I had the survival instinct to immediately try and contract and push away and hoard or keep, where I made the other choice to share, give, and allow to bless somebody else, where, you know, if I hadn't done that, you know, maybe Pace and I wouldn't be as close as we are today. And this television show is a product of how amazing Pace is on social media. I mean, A&E came to us because they found us through Pace's YouTube.
That is amazing. And great YouTube, by the way. And I'm keeping it real authentic with the remodel going on in the background while we're doing this.
Awesome.
You probably know this about working with your wife and friends. It's you can ask them to be quiet, and it never works, right?
I've got a snoring dog underneath me. If anyone's wondering if I'm just hanging out in a chainsaw factory, it's just a Boston Terrier with a deviated septum.
You're a celebrator now, not a celebrity, right? You celebrate other people, you elevate other people,
yes.
And you teach them through the TV. You know, that traditional media is still very powerful. As powerful as your YouTube is, you're going to see, just like Ryan Serhant, you know, your brand and your impact grow and grow and grow. But you've created a course as well, which I find really, really great. What are some of the things that you're going to cover in your course to help people not only understand technically and strategically what to do, but I'm sure you've incorporated this mindset into the course as well.
I'm so glad you asked, David. So absolutely. In fact, the entire first module, the first week, is all mindset based. And we're really trying to, because we understand that a lot of people that are on a journey in entrepreneurship and looking for a better way, a different way, we start with money. We start with money, and that's just, it's a natural thing that we do as people, because if you remember Maslow's pyramid, right? You want to get the basic needs met first before you can worry about being realized. And so we start with money because we got to figure out food, we got to figure out transport, we got to figure out bills, we got to figure out mortgage, whatever the things are. And so we know that people come to us at that place. They're coming at that place of, hey, I'm looking for a better way financially. Now, it's a trap door that we bring in the mindset work, because I don't think we can help anybody financially if we can't get them fixed here and here, right? And so we begin with real deep dives into what stories are you living in? What misconception do you have about yourself from childhood that you've been hanging on to for years and years and years through trauma or whatever other experience you faced? You know, Sadhguru calls it your karma, and many other people have their interpretations or terminology for what we accumulate and hold, collectively or individually. And you work on showing people how to be aware. You can't fix anybody, but I hear you speak of it often enough, of your attention, how powerful your attention is as a transformational tool. And so showing people how to create space between the survival instinct, the interpretation, and then a choice is really an empowering thing. And literally, somebody can walk out of that first week of the course and then go decide to become the president of the United States, or they may decide to go be a Fortune 500 company, or start a Fortune 500 company, or they may decide they want to flip houses with Jamil, Rahima, Pace, and Laura, right? And we hope they want to flip houses with us because it's way more lucrative than being the president.
Yeah, way more, a lot less stress. I'll tell you that. And
Yes.
of energy that we put into the flow to get what we want, and when we can realize that. And I'm going to need you, I'm going to tune in October 2nd to A&E. I need you to tune in October 15th on Bloomberg, my new TV show. The first episode has not only Cameron Diaz, but Sadhguru. And
amazing.
So we talked to Sadhguru about the energy of money and abundance, and you know, it's the first late night entrepreneur show. So I wanted to get people like Sadhguru on there to share, Jack Canfield, people that they don't really know, like you said, are actually helping people make more money than anybody else, help more people and have more fun by changing the way they look at things, so the things they look at change. What were some of the paradigm shifts? You know, for me, it was faith was one of them, that I am already happy, healthy, and wealthy and worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? What were some of the paradigm shifts when you kind of sobered up and raised your awareness that there's a different way to live? I can put positive energy into my life, which will aggregate as well as negative energy is aggregated.
I mean, wow, it's so great that you asked me this, because I have such an interesting background. You know, I grew up impoverished. My parents, though, they're amazing people. They worked their tails off trying to help my sister and I just, you know, make it. And, you know, with that, we absolutely had some limiting thoughts on our relationship with money. You know, my grandparents had put into our brains that we come from nothing, we are nothing, we won't have anything. This is just who we are. This is our lot in life. And this is what my grandparents held on to as their truth. And you think of generational curses and things of that nature, it's not, it's just generational terms that we're passing on from parent to parent, or parent to child. And so we get these words, we get these things trapped in our head, and so then they become our paradigms, right? And so us not having money became a paradigm for us. So that was one thing I had to change immediately, was, wait, I'm born with with everything I need. If all the money in the world is here, then I just have to harness. And it's so serendipitous that you said you talked to Sadhguru about the energy of money, because I'm writing a book right now called The Energy of Money.
There's no coincidences, my friend.
Brother, I'm just saying it's super interesting, David. And I manifested being able to speak to you, but I'm humbled. I'm humbled to be able to share with you because you are a leader in this. And not only will I tune in on October 15th, but I will have my legions of friends and family and fans and supporters all tune in on October 15th. And in fact, let me say, I feel that what you're going to present is going to be more worthwhile than what I have to talk about with respect to flipping houses. So guys, just tune in October 15th to David's show on Bloomberg with Sadhguru and Cameron Diaz, where they talk about the energy of money, because my friends, that's what's interesting.
Well, you're fair, in enough interest. And I want to talk about also this idea of the law of gravity. We come from, humble beginnings. So the law of Goya is easy, right? If you don't get off your ass, you're not going to eat. So we learn to be a mule, right? We will outwork you. We have no fear of that. But the interesting part that I think is that genetic and energetic inheritance, to break that chain. And what I've learned about the universe is that it rewards you. There is a genetic inheritance in the fact that you have your DNA. There's an energetic inheritance of your family and past lives, whatever you believe in. But you will get a windfall if you can break that inheritance, right? You will get all that all the other generations deserved. It'll all windfall into you. And in order to believe that, we need to understand the law of gravity. When was it for you that you realized I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be? I'm at the right place at the perfect time. This has nothing to do with what I think I deserve, the liability that I've created for myself with blame, shame, and justification. Instead, I now realize I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at the right way at the perfect time. Now I can institute the law of Goya to go really after what I want, to make a lot of money and help a lot of people and have a lot of fun.
So let me give you a little bit of a roadmap here, because it came through hindsight. But that's when I knew where I was standing was perfectly positioned, right? So I had grinded my way to a little bit of financial independence in the early 2000s when I first got involved in real estate. And that was interesting and fun, but I was still of a different mindset. It was the, kill or be killed, Wolf of Wall Street, I'm going to win, you're going to lose, woo, 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 get away, right? This is mine. Yours is yours. And in fact, I'm going to take a little bit of yours too. So coming from that world, what ends up happening very quickly, as I'm sure you can probably foresee how it ended. It ended tragically. I was stripped of all of that, all of the independence completely. Not only did I lose it all, but I ended up making my mom and dad homeless in the process, because they personally guaranteed loans for my sister and I at the time. And so here we are, this family, this very strong, close-knit family, all holding it down with each other in this really terrible situation where there was, my mother, father, sister, niece, our 150-pound dog, my cat, myself in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, barely making it. And I decided at that point I wanted to get out of real estate and go and try my hand at comedy. And my family, being the amazing people they are, they said, we follow you, we will do we believe in you. If this is where you think you're meant to be, we'll try, let's go. And, I watched, was it Beverly or Bethany that you were just on with a little while ago?
I think.
Okay. The woman from Dublin who was scammed in the entertainment business.
That was today. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, that was Laura Beth.
Laura Beth. My apologies for butchering the name. Laura Beth, wonderful woman. But I understand and I resonated with her in what she had experienced in the entertainment business, because I'd been through very similar circumstances, situations. It just wasn't happening. But I always had this understanding, this very high level intuitive understanding of real estate and how to find spot value and how to structure things almost in my guts. Before I was never really trained by anybody. I figured this out on my own and instinctively figured these kinds of things out, right? And so I find an opportunity where, again, we still hadn't really risen above our debts. And now we're talking 2012 and 2008 to 2012 were 4 very hard years for us. And I decided I was going to leave Los Angeles. I was going to leave comedy, and I was going to move to Phoenix, Arizona to pursue real estate again so that I could be the breadwinner of my family, support my mom and dad who I made homeless, support my sister who was working super hard to be in business with me again. And I remember being in a U-Haul. It was my birthday, David. It was 12/12/12. December 12th, 2012. I'm in a U-Haul.
Oh, coincidence. My birthday's 1/1/1.
Wow. Wow. I'm driving down the 10 freeway in tears because I feel I've left my dream behind. I feel like I'm sacrificing myself so that I can feed the family, but I know it's the thing I have to do, and because I'm good at this. And I get to Phoenix and I start digging in, and lo and behold, things start really working out. I start to make money. I start to make, like I had mentioned, good enough money to pay for the gas, for the mortgage. I got me in a house. Mom and dad are in a house now. My sister's in the place. Like, we're all surviving. We're all doing okay. And things just start to, now all of a sudden I'm looking at my drinking and I'm like, oh man, this isn't going to help, And so the meditation comes, the alcohol leaves, the medication leaves, and I start to get freer, happier, healthier, lighter, brighter, all the things. And then I see more expansion in my life. And there's a moment. Now, here's the thing, David, and why I say when you asked me the question, there's a long way to get there. When did I know that I was in the right place? Well, I always thought me being in Los Angeles was a selfish waste of time. I was there learning, comedy because I wanted fame and fortune or whatever it was that the ego was asking me for, attention towards. And I resented myself for that. I resented myself for it because I thought I could have been 4 years earlier helping mom and dad, helping my sister, helping ourselves get ahead, but I wasted 4 years telling jokes. And one of the biggest breakthroughs that happened in my company was the day that I decided to marry our advertising mechanisms with my comedy training. And our business exploded, David. Exploded, like beyond measure exploded. And so to be able to see life find its way back in the most beautifully woven masterpiece of timing and grace, there I was.
Again, your skills, your knowledge, and desire are synergistic to what you do. And we sometimes force by attaching our emotions to an outcome that is already there. And as we develop those lessons and find the light, the love, and those lessons in what we do by being at peace, by not creating the interference through drugs, alcohol, the ego, the need to be right or offended or separate or inferior or superior, to remind ourselves, remember, and recollect within the context of our family, our friends, and now for you in the context of a TV show, to remind, recollect, and remember for everyone. We are all happy, healthy, wealthy, and worthy. What are we doing to interfere with it? That's what I think your show is about. I know Triple Digit Flip may seem as if it'll give you the techniques and strategies, which it will, on how to make money flipping houses. And of course, what I love the most is your course, Flip Me, which is about the mindset and the energy of money. Everybody has to follow these guys. Everybody, tell Pace he's welcome on anytime as well. I'd love to say hi to him.
But he regrets not being able to be here. I did get a message from him while we were chatting, and he sincerely apologizes he got caught up. But, lots of...
Got to have the non-negotiable, make money first. But October 2nd on A&E, check this out. You and I have to do more things together. We are kindred spirits, Jamil. I'm a big fan of yours as well. I always appreciate anyone like you that's elevating others to elevate themselves. Thank you for being one of my 1,000s, empowering others to empower others to be happy, to make money, help people, and have fun. Please come back and visit me with or without Pace, and I will be there with all of my posse, all of my audience, all of the fans that are out there watching October 2nd. Thank you.
Amazing, David. Before you go, I got one tip.
Yep.
One tip. You're renovating a house right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any exposed walls, or is there any way for you to to write on some walls before they get finished.
Oh yeah, tons.
So one thing we do in triple digit flip, which is something that I did in my own home as I was constructing it, was I wrote my intentions in my walls.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna DM you it. Okay.
Please do, please do.
I love.
It'll change this. It'll change the energy of the space. You'll absolutely feel it.
I love it, my friend. Thank you so much at jamil. He's the man. Check him out October 2nd on A&E, triple digit flip. Check out his course. And you are my new best friend. I look forward to seeing you.
Love you, David. Take care, brother.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, I got to go.
Nice one at our house. You're going to come down here. You're going to come, no. You're going to come down
Oh, this
here,
is
right?
new? Oh, wow.
No. It even gets bigger, but there's no room for it to get bigger unless they sit on the ends.
Wow. Nobody have to wipe this counter out. There's bees and stuff on it.
Where?
This
Okay.
So I got it right on the wall downstairs.
Yeah, I like that.
Can you come in and take a picture of it for
Yeah.
me? So he has a show on A&E, triple digit flip.
Cool.
Last time, a second. Let me get it. I'm gonna have to get to that hotel, right?
Mhm.
I gotta get back by 4.
Are you coming back?
Yeah, of course. I'm leaving from here.
This is glass.
I have to. I got a car.